to this special event. We are so grateful that you could accompany us in the celebration of this special time.
Graduation is a time of moving forward and reminiscing on the past. Over the past 10 years, all 38 graduates of Gregory Drive have grown together, not just as friends, but as a family.
We've been there for each other, to guide, to comfort, to support, and to encourage. We also wouldn't be who we are today without the help of our teachers and principals and the support of our family members.
Saying goodbye to all these special people in our lives is one of the hardest things we've ever had to do. Throughout our elementary career, we've grown with the guidance of Gregory Drive's beloved staff.
This year, we've had the privilege of being mentored by one of the most handsome, smart, well-behaved, unique, outgoing, positive.
Okay, you can stop now. It's Mr. Sugar.
But we have also had wonderful advisors, not only inside the classroom, but outside of it as well, including Mr. Chikrak, Mrs. Ford, Madame Wallace, and Mr. Hartad.
History and geography wouldn't have been quite so interesting without the shenanigans of Mr. C.
When learning the arts, Mrs. Ford taught us that it was okay to step outside of our comfort zone.
Madame Wallace was definitely our favorite French teacher. Learning a second language isn't always easy, but she made it easy for everyone.
It was hard seeing Mr. Welch leave us 4 years ago, but Mr. Hartad was able to carry on the legacy of the man everyone loved. We also would like to thank all the teachers because without you, we'd still be in kindergarten learning our ABCs and 1, 2, 3s.
Ow, you're still working on those. Thank you so much for all your hard work. You make each and every year special to us. Our guiding lights have been the principals we've had over these past few years, Mrs. Welch and Mrs. Solomon.
Mrs. Solomon has been the leader of Gregory Drive for 5 admirable years. You could always see her strolling through the hallways, connecting with every single Grizzly, and making sure everyone was okay.
She was a great supporter, not only of academics, but of school sports and performances. Although Mrs. Solomon was not able to be there to guide us over the past few months, she was a mentor to each one of us.
When Mrs. Welch came, it felt as if she'd been there the entire time. She fit right in. She helped us, she directed us along the right path.
You would always see her smiling face, and every morning we would look forward to hearing her bright voice saying, "Good morning, Grizzlies!" They both have taught us life lessons that we will always apply to our daily lives.
We will never forget you and all you have done for us. Memory is a way of holding on to the things you love, the things you are, and the things you never want to lose from the wonder years.
Speaking of memories, there are numerous moments in time that we never want to forget. The times we have laughed and the times we have cried.
When you entered the grade 8 classroom, you'd always see bright, smiling faces. But some people are known for being particularly unforgettable.
No one loved Justin Bieber and One Direction more than Pinky. She sang their songs, hung their poster, and even though they didn't know it, they were her best friends.
But when it comes to unusual obsessions, William Hong wins the prize. William had candy everywhere he went. He had it in his lunch pail, in his locker, in his desk, and if we were lucky, he'd share some with us.
Now, to talk about cows. Cows are amazing, and there's one girl who knows this better than the rest of us. There's a special place in Jenna Urquhart's heart for every cow out there in the world. And if she could, she would take that poster of the cow hung in the wall at the school home.
Cows for life, Jenna. But also in the classroom, we have our one and only bearded man, Brian Davis. We've all admired his abundant facial hair, and if we could, we all want a beard just like Brian. Clearly, in our classroom, we show our diversity.
Not only do we create memories individually, but we have special times together as well. This year, many of the graduating students had the privilege of being in one of the best plays performed by Gregory Drive, Sir Buckhorn.
Throughout the practices and rehearsal, everyone grew closer. After spending so many recesses together, not only did we all grow closer as a class, but we grew closer with the grade 7s and 6s as well.
That's why it makes it so hard to say goodbye to so many of our special friends. Over the years, we've had wonderful field trips, like Pioneer Days in Blue Water Fun Park, but none of them compare to the field trip we took to Brock University.
Brock University brought out our leadership skills, opened our eyes to university life, strengthened our relationships, and tested our courage.
Only the bravest were able to jump off the 10-meter high diving board and swing from the Tarzan rope. And it took a lot of encouragement from the fellow Grizzlies to get many of us to complete the high ropes course and the rock climbing wall.
It'll be our memory of our last year at Gregory Drive that we'll never forget. One of the most heartfelt memories was when we lost our childhood gym teacher.
This teacher was Mr. Welch. Everyone was shedding tears when he walked out the doors for the last time.
It is impossible to express to him how much we appreciated him. He made us feel special and encouraged us to do our best.
He has made a lasting imprint on all of us. We've come a long way since those long ago days of kindergarten.
We lost old Grizzlies and gained new friends. We'd like to end with a quote from an unknown author.
In the end, all that really matters isn't the things you did, but what its effects are today. Not the knowledge you've learned, but how you apply it. Not the words that were said, but how they made you feel. And most of all, not the moment of occurrence, but how it's now just a part of our memory.
Every day we make memories. Let's paint lives with happy ones.